welcome you all once again into my class. Today I am dealing with the Dhvani theory of Anandavardhana. In the first slide itself we can see the picture of Anandavardhana. And the theory of Dhvani by Anandavardhana. On the right hand side we can see the picture of Anandavardhana, and in the left hand side we can see a picture of a book Dhvaniloka, which was written by Anandavardhana, and Dhvaniloka is otherwise called as the light on sound. Light on sound. That is a question for HSA examination. Okay. So we will move on to our topic Dhvani theory. So I told you that the proponent of proponent of Dhvani theory is Anandavardhana, and Anandavardhana is a 9th century critic, and he was also a poet in the court of Avantivarman of Kashmir, and his epoch-making work is Dhvanyaloka and Dhvanyaloka, which consists of 4 chapters. And in the first chapter itself, Anandavardhana claims that Dhvani is the essence of literature. And what is meant by Dhvani? Dhvani means suggestiveness. Dhvani means repercussion of voice. Dhvani means indirect meaning. That means Anandavardhana gave importance to the indirect meaning in the poetry. And he gives importance to the indirect meaning in the poetry. And also, Anandavardhana integrated the poetic elements. We have various poetic elements to use in the poetry for the embellishment of its beauty, that is style, figurative language, etc. And Anandavardhana integrated all this figurative language or the style which is used in the poetry for its beauty is integrated through the theory of Dhvani. Dhvani, which means a suggestive meaning or the implied meaning. And Anandavardhana classified the poetry into 3 categories: Dhvani Kavya, Gunambhuta Vyangya Kavya, and Chitra Kavya. First, what is Dhvani Kavya? Dhvani Kavya means it's a kind of poetry where the conventional meaning renders itself secondary and suggests the implied meaning is called Dhvani Kavya. Dhvani Kavya means it's a kind of poetry. What's the peculiarity of the Dhvani Kavya? That means the implied meaning or the suggestive meaning or the connotative meaning is important in that type of poetry, and the literal meaning considers secondary. That is Dhvani Kavya. Gunambhuta Vyangya Kavya. In the Gunambhuta Vyangya Kavya, we can see the implied meaning or the indirect meaning, but that indirect meaning is not prominent. That type of poetry is Gunambhuta Vyangya Kavya. And Chitra Kavya. Chitra Kavya is a third one, and it is considered as a lost kind of poetry, and we does not see any type of suggestive quality or indirect meaning in that poetry. We can by reading that particular kind of poetry, we can get the literal meaning. Through the literal meaning, we can get the pictorial poetry or pictorial representation from that type of poetry. That is, it's a loose kind of poetry, and it does not contain any indirect meaning or any suggestive quality, and Chitra Kavya is denigrated to the level of pictorial poetry. Pictorial poetry means by reading that type of poetry, we get a picture. That is pictorial poetry. And these are the 3 classification of poetry by Anandavardhana. Which are they? Dhvani Kavya, Gunambhuta Vyangya Kavya, and Chitra Kavya. Then Anandavardhana stresses the point that rasa can be realized only by the power of Dhvani. According to Anandavardhana, we can achieve a rasa through a literary work only with the help of Dhvani or the indirect meaning. Then 3 aspects of Dhvani are Abhida, Lakshana, and Vyanjana. This is the most important point. Abhida, Lakshana, and Vyanjana. Abhida, Lakshana, Vyanjana. Then what is Abhida and Lakshana? That means the primary or literal meaning of a word is denoted by Abhida, and the indirect meaning or the suggestive meaning or the indicative meaning is what we call the Lakshana. Then what is meant by Vyanjana? Vyanjana means it is the suggestive indirect meaning. What is Vyanjana? Vyanjana means a implied meaning. Vyanjana means implied meaning. The explicit meaning of a word or a Vachyartha and the implied meaning is Vyangyartha. Another two terms is Vachyartha and Vyangyartha. Vachyartha means the explicit meaning of a word. The literal meaning of a word is Vachyartha and the indirect meaning or implied meaning is Vyangyartha. Together, both the Vachyartha and the Vyangyartha together constitute the real beauty of a poetry. And one more thing is that Vyanjana. Vyanjana, that is, what is Vyanjana? Vyanjana is the implied meaning. And Rasa can be realized only through the power of Vyanjana or the suggestiveness or the implied meaning. Vyanjana or the suggestive quality is the power of words to convey the implied meaning. What is Vyanjana? Vyanjana is a or the suggestive quality or the power of the words to convey the implied meaning. Then, Indian aestheticians have given 5 different meanings to the word Dhwani. According to Indian aestheticians, Dhwani is a word that are suggestive of emotion. That is, Dhwani is a word that echoing the happy meanings. The second meaning is Dhwani is a word means the artha or the meaning suggestion. Dhwani means the meaning suggestion. Dhwani means the artha of the particular poetry. Then the third meaning is Dhwani means a vastu or a fact or a figure of speech or an aesthetic relish or a rasa can be suggested by the words. That means a fact or alankara or rasa suggested by the words of a poem. Then the next meaning is the suggestive power of the word. Dhwani means a power of a word, a suggestive power of the word, or the power of the word to convey the indirect meaning. And Dhwani means the poem which contains a suggestion of rasa. That means a poem that suggests the rasa. These all are the 5 different meanings of a Dhwani based on Indian aestheticians. Then Anandavardhana speaks of 3 different kinds of Dhwani on the basis of suggestiveness. I already told you that Dhwani means suggestiveness. Suggestiveness means indirect meaning. So, based on this suggestiveness, Dhwani are of 3 different kinds: Vastu Dhwani, Alankara Dhwani, and Rasa Dhwani. Vastu Dhwani means suggestiveness in the form of Vastu. That means Vastu Dhwani means indirect meaning can be conveyed through the Vastu or in the form of Vastu or fact. Alankara Dhwani means indirect meaning or the suggestiveness can be conveyed through the poem in the form of poetic figures or speech. Rasadhwani means suggestiveness or the indirect meaning or the implied meaning is conveyed in the poem through the form of emotions. These are the 3 kinds of divisions on the basis of suggestiveness. Okay, then the next point is, according to Anandavardhana, Rasadhwani constitute the essence of poetry and it is conveyed through the function of Vyanjana alone and not through Abhida and Lakshana. I already told you this point. That means Vyanjana is the prime factor for the proper conveyance of the indirect meaning. That means Vyanjana itself means the implied meaning, and Abhida means just a literal meaning, and Lakshana means a deeper expressive significance of that particular word only. But Vyanjana means the implied meaning. So, according to Anandavardhana, Vyanjana alone helps to convey the indirect meaning, and Vyanjana alone helps to constitute dhvani as the essence of poetry. Then the two other terms is Vivakshita Vachya and Vivakshita Anyapara Vachya. Suggestion or indirect meaning can be expressed in any literary work in these two ways. Vivakshita Vachya and Vivakshita Anyapara Vachya. What is Vivakshita Vachya? If the suggestion rests on the metaphorical sense of words and not literal sense, it is Vivakshita Vachya. That means in reading a particular poem, we can get the literal meaning and the indirect meaning. Okay, and the indirect meaning that we get from the metaphorical sense of words or through the use of figure of speech or the literary device, we can get the suggestive meaning or the indirect meaning, that is not from the literal sense. We get the indirect meaning of a particular poetry not from the literal sense but from the use of a metaphorical sense and what we call Vivakshita Vachya. And Vivakshita Anyapara Vachya means in that particular poetry we can see the literal sense. Okay, literal sense may be intended, not the suggestive meaning, not the indirect meaning. Only we can see the literal meaning, and through this literal meaning, we get the deeper meaning of that poem. That is Vivakshita Anyapara Vachya. Vivakshita Anyapara Vachya means there is no indirect meaning. No, the second level of meaning. There is not presence of the connotative meaning. Only we can see the denotative meaning, and through this denotative meaning we can get the deeper meaning of the particular poem or deeper meaning of what the poet intended to convey. That is Vivakshita Anyapara Vachya. Then Dhvani theorists conceive of suggested meaning as shining over the expressed meaning. What delight to Sahridaya are the suggested content and not the expressed content. The suggested content is called the Dhvani, is of prime importance in poetry, and expressed content serves as the meanings of giving rise to the suggested content. So in total, we can say that the Dhvani theories give importance to the suggested meaning, or the Dhvani theories give importance to the implied meaning, and they conceive that the implied meaning is shining over the expressed meaning. The implied meaning is shining over the literal meaning. And according to Dhvani theorists, what delight to Sahridaya are the suggested content, not the expressed content. What delight the Sahridaya are the indirect content of the poem and not the literal content of the poem. And that indirect content is called Dhvani, and Dhvani is of prime importance in the poetry than the expressed content or than the literal content. Literal content serves only as a means of giving rise to suggested content. That means literal content only helps the poetry to enhance the suggested content, to enhance the connotative meaning. So from this theory, Anandavardhana states that Dhvani is a prime factor of a poetry. By reading a good standard poetry, there is the presence of Dhvani. Dhvani means the repercussion of voice or suggestiveness of voice. That's all for today. Hope you all clear. If you have any doubts, you can ask me through the comment box. See you soon with another class. Thank you.